3, 2, 1, action. Hello, divas. Welcome to episode 12 of the Petty Podcast, and this episode is called It's Charli, Baby. And of course, I'm talking about Charli XCX. I came up with this title because I've been listening to a lot of Tiesto. I'm gonna see him at Portola, which I'm super excited about. And he has a song with Charli called Hot in it, and in the intro, she says that in the intro, it's Charli, baby. And she obviously sounds a lot better than I do with my horrible British accent. So I'm a little late to the game on Charli XCX. I do have to admit that, but she has become easily one of my favorite artists. That's always in like my playlist rotation. Like, I mean, I listen to her at least once every day. So, and yeah, she's 10 years in the making, but I became a fan 2 years ago. So definitely still a newer fan, still discovering like a lot of her music and everything. Because before Brat, I really didn't know like that much about her besides like a couple songs, and that she was from England. You know, the ones that I knew were Boom Clap, of course, Vroom Vroom, and I Love It. So one thing I want to ask you guys is, what is one of your favorite songs that's not on the Brat album? I would love to hear what you guys like to listen to that's not Brat. So, I mean, Boom Clap, obviously, like, that song was everywhere because of that, whatever movie it was in. And I Love It is such, like, I feel like as a female millennial, that is, like, one of her anthems. Like, even people that don't really listen to pop music, like, love that song. And Vroom Vroom just makes me want to, like, drive off a bridge. Like, in the best way possible, though. Like more in, like, a rebellious, sort of way. But yes, so I am a relatively new Charli XCX fan. I know. I came on during the Brat era. But the Brat era was what an amazing album that was. And I mean, one of my friends, she sent me Von Dutch, and so I immediately just like the beat and just like her attitude in that song, and then also like the video, it's just her like violently walking through an airport, just getting like beat up by God knows what. And it was an immediate favorite for me, like had that on repeat all the time. But the album itself kind of took a while to really grow on me. It wasn't like it wasn't an immediate like, I'm obsessed with this album. I think it's because I didn't really understand like Charli XCX as an artist yet. And, you know, of course, because it was getting all this attention, you know, it had, you know, the disgusting green color, which, you know, obviously became iconic, and it was just Brat. And I'm like, what? Like, Brat? Like, what is this? What is this girl doing? Because I knew a little bit about her, but, you know, listening to Von Dutch, I was like, okay, I need to know more. And then 360 became really popular, and I was like, why do people like this song? Like, I wasn't like a fan of the beat or anything. It just like wasn't like a first favorite, definitely, when I listened to it. And so I listened to the whole album all the way through because I was like, okay, I feel like there's a lot of deeper meaning to this rather than just being like a dance album. And the songs that really stuck out to me, like after like listening to the lyrics more, were Rewind and I Think About It All the Time. Rewind was just really like thinking about her past and, you know, just really, you know, kind of feeling like nostalgic about her past. And then also, you know, just kind of like commenting on like, you know, just missing like being a little girl and missing, well, maybe not so much a little girl, maybe more like a teenager, and, you know, kind of like about body image too and everything. And at the time, like I was like, I could really relate with that. And then with I Think About It All the Time, you know, that's just about like questioning if you want to be a mother or not. And again, that's something that's been on my mind too. And I was like, wow, this is completely deeper than I thought it was going to be. And, you know, I had completely misinterpreted the album, which I think a lot of people probably did as well. You know, if they weren't actual Charli fans, they're probably like, oh, this girl's just promoting party culture and cocaine and like, you know, all these unhealthy habits like smoking. But no, it was just her being herself. Like, that's what she fully embraced with Brat. It was just her being herself. And you know, she had been an artist for, you know, about 10 years, you know, working her way up. But I think just at that moment, that's when society was finally like latched onto her, which was really interesting to see, because I feel like, you know, a lot of artists, like, they're just big and they've been big for a while, but like it was really like, you know, just out of nowhere, she just like got this massive popularity, and that was like probably one of the most iconic albums that's probably going to come out in the 2020s. It sounds so weird to say that. It's like the 2020s. Yeah, so it easily became one of my favorite albums. Just, there's so many songs on it that I like, and you know, she did all the remix albums, or not the albums, she did all the remix songs, and that just like added on to how amazing that album was for me. And I really feel like this album, it just came out like at a perfect time in my life. Like, I kind of was, you know, going through it a little bit with just some things going on in my life, and then here comes Charli. She's bam out into the world with Brat, and you know, it was exactly what I needed to hear, because it was someone who was clearly like confident and sure of herself, but you know, she had all these insecurities, and she was like owning up to her insecurities too. And I think like that's what I latched onto the most with this album, was that, you know, two can exist in your head. You know, you could think you could have all this confidence, but also like have your insecurities too. Like, you could have both in your life. It's not like you have to be completely insecure or completely full of yourself. So I really liked that, you know, kind of like the balance between those two, and just the authenticity of her. And she's just like, I'm me and this is it. And so, you know, take it or leave it, basically. So yeah, it's funny, like in your 30s, like kind of like having that album, like having a album, you know, be so like crucial to like your development and everything. So, you know, that's really why it is one of my favorite albums now. It's because like I had such an emotional attachment to it, and it did help me get through a really hard time. And, you know, it taught me that being a 365 party girl is a fun way to live your life, you know, just carefree, try to not be anxious and overthink things, you know, but you know, also, you know, being deep and true to yourself as well. And I got to see her twice for the Brat era, which was awesome. So obviously the first one was Sweat Tour, when she came to San Francisco, and, you know, we got awesome seats. We were like the second, I guess, I don't know, floor. We were not on the floor, but, you know, like the second level up, and like the stage was literally like directly, like diagonally in front of us. And it was, I mean, just seeing the energy she has on that stage, like in person, was, it completely just reimagined the album for me. And the opener of Brat, oh my gosh, when it's just the green curtain coming down, and then she has like the beat of the 365 remix playing, like I knew when it was going to come down, but it was kept me in so much suspense. Like, that will forever be one of my like favorite openers of a show, just because of like the level of suspense I felt when the curtain dropped and she's just like standing there posing. Yeah, and again, like the energy she brings, like during track 10, I mean, I didn't get to see the set where she, you know, she has the rain falling on her, which I wish I could have seen, but like she's almost like interpretive dancing on stage while performing that song. And I am so glad that girl is wearing knee pads too, because that is just like, I could not imagine doing that with just my bare knees on that stage. No freaking way. And so, yeah, it was just like, she put on such an amazing show. Her outfits were all just, I think when I heard her talk about, like, what did she want to wear, like, on the Brat tour, like, she didn't want to, like, wear stage outfits. She kind of just wanted to wear outfits, like, that she would wear in normal life, or outfits that she would wear more on, like, a red carpet. Like, she didn't want them to be, like, complete, like, stage outfits. And then I saw her again at Coachella in 2025. Is that 2025? Yes, because I did not go this year. So 2025, I saw her at Coachella, and again, like, just like, she like woke me up at Coachella. It felt like at that time I was listening to Sympathy is a Knife a lot, because that song was just like really getting me in my feels and everything. And when that song came on, I just like completely lost it. Like, all the strobe lights she was using, and it was literally just her on this huge main stage at Coachella, and literally there wasn't that much to the stage, just her and some smoke machines, really. And she dominated that stage. She was stomping around on that stage. She's just an amazing performer. Like, she can tell that she's having the time of her life up there. It's like she's just partying, it seems like. But also, I know she's working hard on that stage, obviously with the vocals and the dancing and everything, but it's just authentic. It's just who she is. And then moving on to her next album cycle that's coming out, which I know, like, online I've been seeing, like, oh, the Brat fans are gonna hate this, and like, yes, it is completely different than Brat, but I'm in love with it. It seems, to me, like, especially with rock music, when that song came out, like, it just seems so nostalgic for me, because I used to be a lot more into, like, bands, and kind of consider myself like an emo kid growing up, and then was really into, like, the indie rock bands after high school, and it kind of like makes me go back to that time when I was listening to bands a little bit more. And yeah, just like, I immediately just started thinking about when I heard that song, and just the guitar riffs and her lyrics. It just made me think of being with my friends, like, as a teenager, like going to Vans Warped Tour, to like these local shows that bands would play at, and it was just like, it just brought me back somewhere. And I love how music can do that, where it can just bring you back to like a different time in your life that maybe you just like haven't like thought about in a while. So I think this music, fashion, and film is going to be very nostalgic, and again, it's going to just be Charli just completely being herself, and it's going to be a lot different than Brat. It's still going to have a lot of those electronic elements to it, but we're going to see a different side of her, and I'm excited to see this side of her, because I just respect her so much as an artist, because she's always herself, it seems like. So I just really, really appreciate that, and we'll see what happens. But that is my episode about Miss Charli XCX and why I love her so much. I just love a misunderstood artist. She could easily be misunderstood by a lot of people, but to the people that get it, they get it. And to me, like, she's up there where she doesn't really have to explain herself to me. She doesn't have to explain herself to anyone, because she can do whatever she wants. And yeah, that's the episode. So please like, follow, and subscribe to the Petty Podcast Official, and then please let me know in the comments what your favorite songs are that are not on the Brat album, and I will see you next week for episode 13. All right, bye bye.